August 10th, 1628, was a calm day in Stockholm, and crowds had lined up on the shore to watch the belated maiden voyage of the ascendant Swedish Empire's newest and greatest ship, the Vasa. Brightly colored and trumpeting the prestige of King Gustav II with 64 guns, it was the most powerful ship in the world. The guns fired a salute, the sails were lowered, and the ship turned to follow the shoreline as it left the harbor. While the cannons were secured below deck, the lower gun ports were not closed as the ship met its first fairly light gust of wind. The ship leaned, but righted itself safely. The captain, Solfring Hansen, breathed a sigh of relief. But the biggest test was yet to come. As the ship passed by the cliffs on its right, the wind would pick up. Just as expected, the wind hit the ship, and almost immediately Hansen knew there was a problem. He attempted to order his men below to close the gun ports, but it was too late. Water kept pouring in, and the ship wasn't righting itself. It kept leaning. Suddenly, the shouts of the sailors on board turned to screams. In front of hundreds of spectators and agents of European nations, Sweden's greatest ship sank after sailing only 1,400 yards. The Vasa, an ambitious design for the king that would preside over the rise of Sweden to become one of the great military powers of Europe, would never have been a good ship. Its top decks were too heavy. It rolled too easily. Her sinking, while embarrassing, was not actually a terrible disaster for Sweden. Altered ships like Vasa's sister Apple sailed and served well in the years that followed. Vasa's guns were largely recovered in the 17th century, but the ship itself remained at the bottom of the harbor despite attempts to raise her. But the cold, brackish water and, ironically, pollution in Stockholm's harbor kept out the shipworms and microorganisms that normally break down wood. In 1961, Vasa was pulled from the depths. Since then, researchers have built a museum around the remarkably preserved ship, which has been a boon for archaeologists. Vasa is the only fully intact 17th century ship ever recovered and represents the grandest ambitions of a powerful kingdom. The museum is one of the most popular in all of Europe.